Hey guys, Hunter and Zach here with Foundation Disc Golf, and today we're finally tackling the issue that is Zach's putting. And so what we're gonna do is basically we're gonna break down his putting form, figure out a few different drills, and hopefully teach you guys some things that you can apply to your own putting as well. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We went ahead and did a perfect putt 360 as like a baseline test. His score on that was 100, and so during that I kind of evaluated his form. We'll show you a few videos as I'm talking about it, and we're gonna work on what to change. So let's jump into it. All right, so the first thing we're gonna work on is his stance. So go ahead and line up like you're about to putt. Okay, so in general, so he's obviously a staggered stance putter. So what I'm about to say applies to that and not if you're a straddle putter. Just keep that in mind. So you're gonna go ahead and make your stance a little bit wider. So bring your left foot maybe to about here. All that's gonna do is gonna help his arm motion going forward, because one thing that Zach struggles with a lot is pulling right, and a big part of that is caused is when your feet get too close together, then your arm motion, there's nothing to counter your arm motion swinging out. So by bringing your leg out, when you kick back, it counters your arm motion to help it be a little bit straighter.
Sure.
So another thing that we're going to change is go ahead and line your grip up like you're going to putt. So one thing that we also noticed was a lot of Zach's putts, and this could be true for you as well, come out with a little bit of wobble. They don't have a lot of spin or pop on them, so that makes where they come out, they're kind of fluttering sometimes. So what we're gonna do to change that is move your hand, let me just see your disc. We're gonna move his hand from here on the disc to the top. So what that's gonna allow is when it comes down, his motion's gonna be the same, but there's more spin. So one thing that Zach does well, but I've seen a lot of people that don't do it well, is getting that spin. It's all in the lower fingers. So as it comes out, you wanna open your hand, or if you're a Ricky style putter, you wanna pop your hand up. All that does is it allows a lot of spin to get on the disc through your fingers without a lot of wrist action. So your hand should look like this without a putter and just pop open at the last second. So the final thing that we're really gonna work on here before we start putting is just in your reach down, you have like a Will Schustrick stutter, okay, what I'm gonna call it. So basically what happens is he comes down and he stays, and then he goes up. And so what happens there is your timing gets thrown off. So what we wanna see is as soon as you're down, you're back up. So you need to have a point that is the same always, that is when you go up. For Paul, I remember he was talking about it, he used to hit his left leg, and as soon as his left leg was hit, that's when he went. But all it is just something that you know, I'm here, I'm going, so that your leg and your upper body's in the same time.
Okay.
All right, so that's the three main things. Now we're gonna work on a few drills to figure out how to implement all of it. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna have Zach do one of the putting drills that I showed in a video a few videos back. The link to that will be in the description. It's just how to practice putting, I believe was the title. But basically what's gonna happen is he's gonna take two putters. If he makes both, he's gonna flip this disc backwards once. If he misses one and makes the other, it stays where it is. If he misses both, it flips forward. Now, we've talked about it. Zach has a tendency to pull his disc right occasionally. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change up the drill a little bit. We're gonna pick a link on the basket, and it's gonna be just one singular link. His putt has to hit that link or it counts as a miss, regardless of if it goes in or not. So you have to hit the link twice to move it back, hit the link once to stay where it is, or miss the link both times to move forward. Okay. So what this will do is if you have a similar problem, it helps you dial in hitting dead center, and it gets your mind not to really worry about, oh, that was a made putt, even though it might be a bad putt. It just gets you to focus on only hitting really, really good putts. So go ahead and pick whatever chain link in your head, and then we'll dissect if we need to what's going on.
Do you want to know which one it is?
No,
Okay.
I trust you.
Okay.
So obviously the second one hit his chain link that he was aiming for. No. So a few things that I forgot to mention to you guys at home that I know Zach has already heard this, but when you're putting, one thing that you want to do is your back leg you want to kick out, and your hand you want to shake hands with the basket. So shake hands with the pole. So basically when I finish, my hand should be in line with the pole, and aim straight at whatever chain link I'm trying to hit, and my back leg should kick out and behind me, which will pull my arm back dead center of the pole. So we just did the drill where you putt twice and flip the disc that we were talking about, and during the drill we discovered 2 additional things that I didn't catch the first time. The first being that when he was originally lining up, he had his feet and everything pointed towards the basket, which makes sense. But what you actually want to do is your front foot you want a little bit angled. The reasoning for this is it helps your shoulder be more aligned because it's pointing your shoulder towards the basket versus both shoulders, which then your right hand is more likely to pull right. So turning that front foot for a straddle putter will help your shoulder be more pointed towards the basket. The second thing was in his reach down. He was still missing right occasionally. And so what we did was in his reach down, we made sure that his arm never came off the pole. And so a lot of people, are thinking about the follow through and stuff like that, and you don't realize that if you're the basket, my hand might be coming down and left, which then even if my follow through is there, the disc is coming up and right, causing the disc to go right. So what you want to do is keep your hand on the pole the whole way down and then the whole way through and shake hands with the basket like I was talking about. In general, I feel like your putt looked better. So what we're going to do is do perfect putt 360 and see if his putt is actually better. The only thing that we couldn't simulate here was practice. So hopefully though, making those few small adjustments will improve his score. So let's go ahead and play perfect putt 360, see what his score is, and then we'll close it out.
Nope, that did not come down straight.
So that's going to wrap it up for this video. We went through with Zach's perfect putt 360 again, and he did 105 the second time, so it's a slight improvement number-wise, but the biggest improvement was seen at the last 2 areas. The first go round, to get him at 100, he hit his very last putt. So from the 30-footer, the very last putt of that is worth 10 points. He hit that the first time, he didn't hit it the second time. So that's kind of where the big gap scoring-wise came in. So putting-wise, he actually improved a lot on those later putts. I think the numbers were 6 putts made between both rounds the first time and 10 putts the second time. So he improved to, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's a pretty big improvement when you're talking about 25 and 30-footers. And like I said, that's without practice. That's just implementing, what we talked about in this video, just straight into it. So if you are struggling with some of the same things as Zach, hopefully these tips and what we kind of walked through will help you improve as well. But the key is just getting out there and practicing. Again, the putting practice drill link to the videos in the description below. Go check that out. It has some different drills that you can do to work on different aspects of your putting. Other than that, we will see you guys next time. Check the links in the description to our store, Patreon, Facebook, and Instagram.